Hello and welcome. You're watching Unplugged TV India. This is Alice Francis. Let's catch some major updates from around the world. Karnataka Chief Minister Basavaraj Bommai on Tuesday spoke on the use of loudspeakers amid a debate over the Azan row that started in neighboring Maharashtra last week, a day after Karnataka Minister K.S. Ishwarappa was quoted as a solution should be found to address the concerns over the use of loudspeaker in mosques in the state. It said this is a high court order, it's not forced. Everything has to be done by talking and explaining to people. This comes after MNS chief Raj Thackeray urged the Maharashtra government to remove loudspeakers from mosques, adding that if it was not done, he would play the Hanuman Chalisa on speakers.
Who started hijab and why didn't raise their voice against the people who started hijab? And who violated the court orders? Why were they silent then? It is the Congress vote bank politics is creating all this problem.
Describing the outcome of the recently held assembly elections as shocking and painful, Congress President Sonia Gandhi Tuesday said that road ahead of the party is more challenging than ever before, which will put to the test the party's dedication, determination and spirit of resilience. Gandhi, without referring to the remarks of the G23 leaders or rumbling in several state units, said she was determined to ensure unity in the party. The CWC has met once to review our performance. I have met with other colleagues who have received many suggestions to how to strengthen our organizations. Many are patient and I am working on them, she told a meeting of the general body of the Congress Parliamentary Party. She said the revival of the Congress is not just a matter of importance to us alone. It is in fact essential for our democracy itself and indeed for our society as well. Gandhi attacked the Bharatiya Janata Party government's policies and the ruling party's divisive and polarizing agenda. The Delhi High Court gave relief to journalist Rana following her to travel abroad. The Delhi High Court on Monday held the lookout circular issued by Enforcement Directorate against journalist Rana Ayub in money laundering case, saying that it was issued in haste and infringed on her human right and exercise freedom of speech and expression. It said there is no cogent reason for presuming that the petitioner could not appear before the investigation agency and hence no case is made out for issuing the impunged LOC. The court ordered Ayub to deposit rupees 1 lakh before the ED and to intimate the agency about detailed itinerary. Journalist Rana Ayub was stopped from flying to London on Tuesday as she is an accused in an alleged money laundering case which is being investigated by the Enforcement Directorate. The government has blocked 22 YouTube channels for spreading misinformation related to national security, foreign relations and public order. 18 Indian YouTube news channels have been blocked for the first time under IT Rules 2021. It also includes 4 Pakistan-based YouTube news channels. A statement from the government is quoted as, it was observed that a significant amount of false content published by these Indian YouTube-based channels related to the ongoing situation in Ukraine and aimed at jeopardizing India's foreign relations with other countries. The content ordered to be blocked also included certain anti-India content posted from multiple social media accounts operated in a coordinate manner from Pakistan, it stated. Concerned over their chances in the defense forces, hundreds of aspirants staged a protest at Jantar Mantar in Delhi on Tuesday to conduct army recruitment rallies and declaration of pending airman result. One of the protesters said that no recruitment taking place for the last 2 years. We are here to submit a memorandum of our demand to hold recruitment exams and exemption of 2 years of age. The Indian Air Force conducted the examination in July last year and the result was expected to be declared in 3 weeks, but it is still pending. Earlier, the Indian Army had informed Parliament Standing Committee that no recruitment of troops was done for 2 years, citing the COVID-19 pandemic. According to reports, students said that they want to continue with their agitation at Jantar Mantar and will try to meet with the Defense Ministry's official. Some 23 Chinese cities are under total or partial COVID-19 lockdown, affecting an estimated 193 million people in areas accounting for 13.6% of its gross domestic product. Areas counting for 13.6% of its GDP. The whole of Shanghai, with nearly 25 million residents, will likely to be kept under indefinite restrictions, with authorities doing away with separate measures for the eastern and western sides of the city. As was initially planned, Shanghai is now the largest city to be locked down to date since early 2020. Meanwhile, with new coronavirus strains emerging from different parts of the world, fears have grown of yet another pandemic wave approaching soon. Pakistan's National Assembly Speaker Asad Kaisar was not in favor of the decision to reject the no-confidence motion against the Imran Khan government on basis of Article 5 of the Constitution. According to a report by Pakistan's news website, the speaker tried his best to convince Imran Khan's legal team, but when the consensus could not be reached, Kaisar did not go to the National Assembly on Sunday. The development have come after Pakistan Attorney General Khalid Javed told a leading news channel that voting was mandatory on the no-confidence motion against the Prime Minister as per the Constitution. It has been learned that Imran Khan's legal team drafted the order, which was read by Deputy Speaker Qasim Suri in the National Assembly on Sunday. Pakistan Prime Minister Imran Khan on Monday proposed former Chief Justice Gulzar Ahmad as caretaker Prime Minister. The decision was taken in a meeting with the Pakistan Tehreek-e-Insaf Core Committee. Sri Lanka President Gotabaya Rajapaksa on Tuesday informed senior party members that he will not step down as Sri Lankan president. He is only ready to hand over the government to whichever party proves that it has a majority of 113 seats in parliament. To save the country from the worst economic crisis, President Rajapaksa on Monday dissolved the cabinet and appointed a new finance minister, while also allowing a new central bank governor. Meanwhile, Sri Lanka's opposition has dismissed President Gotabaya Rajapaksa's invitation on forming a unity government as nonsensical and instead demanded his resign. With each passing day, Sri Lanka is suffering. On Tuesday, an emergency health situation has been declared in Sri Lanka because of the severe drug shortage. Meanwhile, Sri Lanka's Finance Minister Ali Sabri resigns day after appointment amid soaring inflation. Ali Sabri, Sri Lanka's Finance Minister, resigned on Tuesday, a day after being sworn in amid popular outrage over the country's deteriorating economic problems. Sabri wrote to President Rajapaksa. Sabri was appointed after his brother Basil Rajapaksa was fired as Finance Minister. Sabri's resignation comes after Rajapaksa's ruling coalition lost its legislative majority when the opposition rejected his offer to a unity government. Amount of debt has precipitated Sri Lanka's predicament. According to some estimates, it owes $51 billion in foreign loans and $4 billion of which is due this year, with $1 billion due in July. Sri Lanka is running out of foreign cash and is unable to pay for basic necessities such as food, fuel and medication. India has stepped in with nearly $2 billion in credit lines and $500 million in fuel assistance. Sri Lanka has also requested aid from China. The United States and Britain are planning to see Moscow's suspension from the UN Human Rights Council, reports have said. The images out of the Bucha and devastation across Ukraine require us to now match our words with action, US Ambassador Linda Thomas-Greenfield said in a tweet on Monday. We cannot let member state that is subverting every principle we hold dear to continue to participate in the Council. The world is reacting with fresh punitive measures while France said it is expelling 35 Russian diplomats. The US Treasury will not permit any dollar debt payments to be made from Russia, made from Russian government accounts at US financial institutions, report said. Russia has vowed to respond proportionately to the expulsions of its diplomats from a number of Western countries as it denies the accusations of mass killings. Last week, Ukraine had said it had retained Kyiv completely from the Russian troops, yet as the forces retreated, there were allegations of leaving behind mines. According to reports, Russia has been dealing with drug shortages as the offensive continues in Ukraine. More than 4 million people have been forced out of their homes in Ukraine, while Kyiv says Russia has lost over 18,000 troops in nearly 6 weeks of the war. Thank you for watching Unplugged TV India. Please hit like, subscribe and share. This is Alice Francis signing off.